Teacher Prix, there are so many phrasal verbs in English. How can I learn phrasal verbs more easily? Well, that's what you'll find out in this video. Coming up. Hey student, I am Teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Well, thank you so much for watching this lesson. Make sure to subscribe because every week I bring different kinds of English lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. Now, phrasal verbs are necessary, okay? I agree with you, they're important. You don't need to know a million of them, okay? You don't need to know 100, 1,000, 2,000. No, it is not. That's the first lesson here, my friend. It's not about knowing many different phrasal verbs, but understanding how to use them in conversations. Okay, that's so important. I don't know how many phrasal verbs I know. Honestly, I don't know. But I know how to use them in conversations. And that's what you need to focus on when studying. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps. 3 steps to help you learn phrasal verbs more efficiently. There is a process you need to follow if you want to learn phrasal verbs more efficiently and know how to use them in conversations, okay? Now, step 1. You need to study the phrasal verbs based on a context, okay? And here, guys, clear examples will make it easier for you to understand how to use the phrasal verbs, okay? And one thing that I love doing here on my channel, you may see I have many phrasal verb lessons here on my channel, is to give you the phrasal verb meaning immediately, okay? I give you the meaning. Oh, this phrasal verb, this is the meaning. And then immediately after that, I tell you a short story to help you understand what the phrasal verb is. And I do that intentionally, okay? So I give you the meaning. Then I tell you a short story. James and Peter and Alice and me. And I try to bring that phrasal verb to reality as much as possible. That's a very important part of the learning process. And even in your practice, I'm going to give you, I can't get ahead of myself, but step number 2 is very important, okay? This is just one part. Now, in your notebook, okay, I imagine you have a notebook to take notes, to write things down. Don't simply write the definition. Oh, definition, meaning, bah. One example, bah. No. Write the example, write the explanation of the story. I always do this, okay? I give you the example of the story and then I explain. And in this explanation of the story, I use synonyms of the phrasal verb. I explain the story where I used the phrasal verb, and then I use synonyms when explaining the story to help you understand more easily, more efficiently. My intention is to help you memorize the phrasal verb. But to do that, I give you a lot of context. I use the phrasal verb in a short story, then I explain the short story, and I give you a synonym. So let's say you got a phrasal verb from a movie. You were watching a movie, then you saw a phrasal verb, and you're like, hey, pause. I'm gonna write this down. Focus on the context. What were the characters talking about? Write about that. Oh, in this part of the movie, James and Sophia were talking about this, and then James said blah 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 to Sophia with the phrasal verb, and then you explain. And then this means that he was blah 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 with her, and he was asking about that. This story will make it easier for your brain to remember the phrasal verb, to understand the phrasal verb more efficiently. This is one part of the process, okay? When I bring you phrasal verb lessons, I'm always paying attention to examples from movies, from TV shows, from talk shows. Most of my examples will come from movies, from movie conversations. And what I am telling you to do here is basically what I do in the phrasal verb lessons I give you. I tell you a very short story and then I explain. I go around and I explain and I use synonyms. So when you're watching a movie, focus on the part of the conversation. Oh, the character was talking about this and this and that, and then he said this to her. He used this phrasal verb, and this phrasal verb means this, and he was trying to say this and this to her. Or to him, depends on the character, okay? Step number 2, you focus on the example from the movie, from the show, from the documentary, you name it. You created a short story, well, you copied a short story, maybe you got an example from the dictionary. Now, it's your turn to create your examples. At least one, minimum one. And here, guys, you will also use the same strategy I gave you in step 1. You will explain your example to yourself, okay? So let's say, I will give you an example to make it easier. I'm learning the phrasal verb be about to, okay? Be about to. And this phrasal verb basically means that an action, something, is going to happen very, very soon. Almost happening, okay? And in many situations, I will use this phrasal verb to describe something that was going to happen, that was imminent, but for some reason, it didn't happen, okay? So let's see. Now I'm going to give you a story. Let's say I'm talking to my mother. I'm visiting my mother. I'm at her house, and then I need to go out. I'm getting ready. I'm getting my purse. I'm getting my keys. You know, I'm in the living room. My mother's in the kitchen. Then I look at my mother and I say, Mom, I am about to leave. Do you need anything? I'm about to leave. Do you need anything? So I'm in my house, I'm getting the car keys, I'm getting my purse, I look at my mom, I am about to go, I'm about to leave. I'm going very soon, I'm leaving in a few minutes, a very near future. Do you need anything? Here, look at this explanation. I am leaving very soon. I'm going very soon. Do you need anything? That's the explanation. I created the example, I explained the example to myself, okay? Another example. I was about to call my sister when she knocked on my door. So I was in my living room. I needed to talk to my sister. I was about to call her when she knocked on the door. I was almost calling my sister when she arrived at my house. So I didn't need to call her anymore. So I am giving this short explanation and making the phrase again. This explanation is very important, and the more you do that to yourself, the easier it'll be to explain the phrasal verb to yourself and to understand the phrasal verb. This is the strategy I use here on my channel. If you check all my videos, that's basically what I do, okay? Now, before I move on to tip number 3, I wanted to tell you that I created a course, a complete course, where I teach 50 phrasal verbs for conversation, okay? In this course, I follow the strategies that I'm sharing with you. I also give you some memorization strategies to help you memorize phrasal verbs more efficiently, more easily. I give you ideas of how to follow a plan to study phrasal verbs efficiently, and I chose the 50 most common phrasal verbs I see in movies, in conversations, to help you get started, or to even help you organize your phrasal verb study routine, okay? This is a very nice course that I'm sure will help you improve your conversation skills while using phrasal verbs so that you understand them and use them more efficiently. If you want to get more information, check the link in the description of this video, or up here, you will find the link where you will get more information about how to get these phrasal verbs. Now, why 50 and not 100, not 200, 300? I focus on quality, not on quantity. My goal is to help you understand how to memorize phrasal verbs so that you can continue doing the same ideas, following the same strategies that I teach in this course. So I believe it'll be very beneficial to you. Even after you finish using this program, you will know how to tackle, how to manage your phrasal verb practice. Now, step number 3, don't study too many phrasal verbs a week, okay? As I was saying before, quality is more important than quantity. So, and why don't study many phrasal verbs every week? At the end of every week, you should review the phrasal verbs from the week. You know, from the week you are, okay? And this review will include new examples. That's why step number 3 is don't study many phrasal verbs a week, because at the end of the week, you have to review the phrasal verbs from that week. And in this review process, you have to create new examples. So the process I explained in step number 1 and in step number 2 will be repeated again. And in this part, when you are reviewing the phrasal verbs again, you have to go over your examples, to review them, to check your examples again, your notes, and create at least one new example for each phrasal verb you studied. In this course that I shared, that I talked about, that you may have access to, I tell my students to study a specific number of phrasal verbs per week because they will need to create examples. Remember, context is key. And this will take you a little bit of time. Creating the example, thinking of the example takes a bit of time. So you need to have a process where you review the lessons you study, the phrasal verbs you study, and create new examples, okay? Other than that, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye!